we bring to you Mackinnon Mushore, Highlanders attacking midfielder, who hit the nets on his first full match for Boso as he anointed himself the new midfield command of the Bulawayo Giants. Mushore, born in Mashonaland East Koromonzi and bred in Harare's Budiriro, has been playing street football since childhood. Little did he know that would be his academy to hone a talent so amazing it has dazzled in the Premier League since last year.
Hi, my name is Mackinnon Mushore. I'm a midfielder for Highlanders Football Club. I was born 27 July 2000 in Goromonzi. Born in a family of three. I'm the firstborn, followed by Mason, who also plays for Highlanders as a midfielder, and a little sister who is 11 years old.
Mushore's potential in the game has always shown from a very young age, and at primary school he made it to his age group soccer team, a big sign of the greater things to come later on in life.
I started playing football at an early age, around 5-6 years, playing fun football, chikweshe. I started at grade 5, yeah. I went to level 3 primary in Harare, then I went to Fakose 1, then to Kutwai. Kutwai only played there for 2 years.
Naturally, where there is talent, there has to be individuals with an eye that discerns, coaches who fall in love and snatch promising youngsters for development, and Mushore speaks of the junior coaches that nurtured his game, drafting him into several teams that they were in charge of.
At first, there was a coach called, we used to call him Coach Suka. He had passion with those kids, those one who loves playing chikweshe and stuff, and then from there I was selected to play for school team by Coach Moyo from Maninga FC. I was 11 years old by that time.
One of the most difficult moments for footballers is the transition from school football to the big time. Even where there is talent, it's not easy to be scouted into clubs that give contracts, and it would take a former Zimbabwe Warrior striker to give Mushore a chance of a lifetime, snatching him from social football in the lucrative Northern Region Division 1 league.
I broke into club football in 2021, October, November, somewhere there. Coach Joel Paki is the one who saw me playing boozers, those social leagues and stuff, and by that time he was coaching Golden Eagles, and he was like, I want you to come and play for our team and stuff. That's where my professional career started.
Sometimes in life you just have to be at the right place at the right time, and it could be said that Mushore's arrival into club football came by some coincidence, as it does confess that he was not even a frequent participant of social football where Coach Lupatla identified him.
To be honest, I didn't really love social football, so there's this guy called Barnabas. He passed away. He used to play for Dynamo, Simba, Borangez and stuff. So he liked me, the way I play and stuff. So he was like, my brother, can you go and play that match today? We'll get something. I went and I played, of which we were playing against Golden Eagles, the legends, sort of Golden Eagles, the coaches and stuff. So we played there, and the staff, Coach Joe mainly, he said, I love this boy, so we have to start training us on Monday. That's where my career started. But I wasn't that person who loves social football. It was just that day.
Everything was happening so fast, Mushore's world was changing, and as he impressed from one game to another, he suddenly found himself having to leave the team that ushered him into serious club football.
Coach Joe moved from Golden Eagles to Highlanders. Then that's when he said, guys, you have to follow me. I see big in you.
In his fairy tale rise to stardom, Mushore has been followed by his younger brother Mason, who plays as a defensive link. The same way they found themselves at Golden Eagles, the two brothers landed at Bulawayo Giants Highlanders.
I think that first 2 weeks, coach, they really believed in my talent. And I was like, we reached a stage where they were asking me a lot of questions. I was like, I also have a brother who plays football. So they were like, can he come here and we try him? So he just came. The first day they were impressed. They were saying, we were going to sign both of you. So even if when we all came to Bulawayo, it was like, all of you have to join me at Highlanders.
Mushore speaks of the challenges that he faced on arrival at Boso, but given his awesome talent, he was always going to prevail. After his introduction on the first game of season 2023, there was no looking back.
At first it was hard trying to adapt to the language firstly, to the environment and stuff, and also to the PSL Premier League competition, so it was not easy.
The slick-moving midfielder says he is forever grateful to a number of individuals that made him settle at Highlanders, as there were so many differences given the background of where he was coming from.
Coach Mabaleka, Boso 90 coach, yeah, played a big role, playing me, and even encouraged me, which you make it, don't worry and stuff. Even Coach Joe, because he was at first team and we were at Boso 90. A lot of people, and also parents, that motivation, that belief they have in you, that you don't worry, always going to be well. Even those guys, the senior players at the first team, they really welcomed us.
Mushore admits the importance of adopting local languages and says every day he tries to learn new words and he's making progress in speaking Ndebele. For a moment during the conversation, he digressed from the English language and he demonstrated just how much he had gone towards rolling his tongue in another language.
For now, speaking is a bit tough, but understanding I'm much better now. I can even understand Ndebele. I would say maybe 80% of Ndebele I can understand, but speaking, mostly those tongue words, those words who want more tongues, to use your tongue much. I'm still have a problem, a little bit difficult for speaking those words, but nyazam.
Asked to describe his performance of the last league game, Mushore responded somewhat with that Ndebele fluency, and you can tell his language lessons are going very well.
Kungcono. Ngidlala ehlapha.
Mushore's first game in the Premier League, coincidentally his first for Highlanders, was a season opener last year against ZPC Kariba at Barbourfields, where he came on as a substitute. He says as he's made an appearance at Barbourfields, he had to trot carefully because this was a game that would make or break his Premier League career.
I was introduced second half, and it was new coaches. It was Coach Brito. He was like, don't put pressure on yourself, just go and play your game. And I was like, no, I'll try to minimize mistakes. So the experience from the supporters, how big Highlanders it is, and the supporters, the crowd, the atmosphere, it is not easy. So I just concentrated much on my play to minimize mistakes, and it was nice.
Yet on his introduction, there were so many who doubted his ability, and as they expressed their sentiments from the terraces, it only helped raise the pressure on Mushore.
The exact moment I was introduced, supporters were like, who is this guy and stuff, Highlanders supporters. So I would hear some part of the crowd booing me, sort of, who is this guy and stuff, and also playing along with the Mpangwe inside. Yeah, it's not easy. So that part, the only thing I could do was to not to think about them, or try to focus on my game only, not supporters.
Where there is a will, there is a way, and somehow Gaucho, as he is affectionately known in other circles, says he had to play carefully and concentrate on the game until he proved his worth to the fans. His plan must have been successful, as Mushore is now an engine room for the Bulawayo Giants, an integral part of one of the league's most dangerous trio, Prince Ndlovu, Divine Mindirira and himself.
It was not easy. So what I did was not to do much, not to risk much, just not to lose ball. That was my main objective. Not to lose ball, not to lose. I would say I didn't take much risk because I didn't want supporters to boo me or say bad thing about me. So I only manage about finding my teammates as much as I can and trying to do a bit, just a bit.
Mushore must have done well on his debut as the following week away against Soldiers Black Rhinos he was on the starting lineup and would not disappoint, scoring what would become his most memorable goal to date.
I was in the first 11 and I scored on that match, and it was relieving. It was nice, and even confidence. It boosted my confidence to the extent that I would not worry about supporters much.
Having settled, Gaucho is now at home and has made friends within the team, though he could not single out an individual that he could describe as his closest.
Besides my brother, I would say I like Rafael Pitis, Divine, Andrew Beva. I also like Melkai.
On a lighter note, Mushore spoke of that one individual who is always brightening up the scene with humor and cracking up jokes that keep everyone in stitches, be it in camp or even in the team bus.
Peter is the one with that character. Peter is always doing jokes, having fun, talking to everyone. I would say Peter, everyone is a friend to Peter, because Peter is just like that. He's that character that loves jokes and stuff, funny things. He's fun. He's just a good guy.
Despite experiencing what could be termed a hostile reception on his first arrival at Papa Fields, Mushore says it has turned out to be his favorite venue of all stadia in the country.
My favorite stadium is Papa Fields. Obviously, it's Papa Fields. It's nice. The atmosphere. At first, it's not easy. The atmosphere, but as time goes on, as you can manage the atmosphere and stuff, you feel that this is the best stadium in Zimbabwe. Even the crowd, everything, the support. Yeah, it's nice. Especially playing football. So yeah, it's nice.
Every player has their own difficult opponent that they find hard to play against, and Mushore singled out the man who gives him a tough time whenever they play against each other.
Frame Makarat. Yeah, because of the ball, the power, the strength. He's strong on the jaws, he's strong on eyeballs. So for me, naturally, I'm not that tall, I'm not that strong. So for me, he's a bit difficult for me.
Mushore made mention of the kind of opponents that give Highlanders a torrid time frequently.
The most difficult teams to play against for me are the small teams. All small teams, every small team is not even easy to match, especially for us. I don't know how. Maybe they want to impress or what, but small teams, they're really tough for us.
Derbies have been difficult to win for Highlanders, and the neighbours always want to prove their mettle through results against Boso. Again, Mushore touched the Bulawayo teams, always stubborn to beat when they faced Highlanders.
Blood Chiefs, there's Blood Chiefs, yeah. Blood Chiefs. Maybe it's because of it's a dead, but it's not easy to win against Blood Chiefs. Then there's Chicken Inn, yeah. It's not a small team, but Chicken Inn. Whenever we play Chicken Inn, it is a game. It is not an easy match at all. It is not.
Away from his team Highlanders, Mushore spoke of other teams in the Premier League that he has a soft spot for.
I like Cape United. Yeah, I like Cape United. I just like the way they play.
Outside our borders, Mushore does follow the game with keen interest and is an ardent supporter of prominent teams in South Africa, England and Spain. His choice is driven by his favorite style of play.
In South Africa, I like Orlando Pirates. Europe, I love Man City and Barcelona, but mostly Barcelona. I grew up in Messi's prime time, so I enjoyed watching Messi playing. And also it makes me feel in love with the Pep Guardiola. So my love for Man City is behind Pep Guardiola. I love Pep Guardiola too. Lionel Messi is the best. Yeah, he's the best. Lionel Messi. The way he does his things, I think is for to others is impossible.
Mushore says all he does revolves around soccer, and were he not a footballer, he cannot fathom a life outside the game. Just in case one looks forward to rubbing shoulders with Mackinnon in social circles, it would take rare occasions, as Mushore loves to spend his time in seclusion.
I'm a home person, so watching TV, peace on my phone, or find something that will keep me busy at home. Not, I don't like going around and stuff. So I'm a bit that person. Some they say I'm such kind who is selective sort of, but no, I enjoy my space. I love my space. I love what makes me happy mostly. So most of my time I'm with home with my brother or my friend only.
Mackinnon Mushore, one of Highlanders' jewels that have illuminated Barberfools with dribbling finesse, slick moves and passing, he sets the stadium alight with skills reminiscent only of Boso yesteryear greats. Mushore is cut from a special fabric.